This is the Mylapore Kapileshwarar temple in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Built around the 7th century CE, this temple is one of the city's iconic Hindu religious sites. Today it is in the eye of a storm between the Tamil Nadu Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Department and Hindu devotees. In September 2024, a PIL was filed in the Madras High Court against 10 grounds of the temple land leased out to Women's India Association for a paltry monthly rent of Rs 3,000 since 1984. In May 2024, the Madras High Court also slammed the HRCE department for its unilateral decision to build a cultural center on temple land without taking inputs from the temple trustees or the public as per HRCE rules. In 2022 and 2023, RTI queries about the temple's budgets, audit reports and other documents saw no satisfactory response from the temple authorities either. In 2022, a rare peacock idol had gone missing from this temple. Would you say that this temple was well managed? Tamil Nadu is home to some of the world's oldest and most historically significant temples. These temples are not just places of worship, they are also cultural and architectural treasures. But the question that many Hindus today ask is, are our temples being properly managed? Just like the Mylapore Kapileshwarar temple, many other such temples are crucial to Tamil Nadu's cultural and religious heritage. But just like in the case of this temple, there are several allegations of mismanagement by the HRCE. The Tamil Nadu HRCE department controls over 44,000 temples in the state, many of which are rich in donations, both in the form of cash and valuable ornaments. Despite this, temple funds are not always used for the welfare of the temples themselves. The HRCE department has been criticized for a variety of failures ranging from financial mismanagement to neglect of temple infrastructure. This is the Palani Dandayudapani temple, one of the 6 abodes of Lord Murugan in Tamil Nadu. Lands worth lakhs of rupees belonging to the temple had been encroached for years. Many people who had leased the lands had either defaulted on their payments or were paying a pittance as rent. What was the HRCE doing then? If managed properly, the revenue and funds from those lands could have been used for temple maintenance and development. It was only in 2019 and 2021 that the Madras High Court intervened and directed the HRCE to restore the encroached lands and recover the amounts due from leaseholders. This is the Vedaranyeshwarar temple in Nagapattinam district. Over 2,000 acres of land belonging to this temple had been leased to the Salt Corporation of India by the East India Company. This land was still paying the same rent. These lands were recovered only in 2023. It isn't just the temple lands that the HRCE is mismanaging. In 2021, Tamil Nadu's DMK government proposed to melt 2,000 kilograms of gold jewelry from temples in the state and had melted 500 kilograms of gold. This was put on hold by the Madras High Court. Another area where the HRCE has failed miserably is in maintaining temple structures. Many temples are centuries old and need constant upkeep and restoration, but the HRCE's handling has led to the neglect of these ancient monuments. This is how the Apatsahayeshwarar temple near Kumbakonam looked back in 2020, literally in ruins after its restoration was abandoned by the HRCE department. A UNESCO report from 2017 had said that many historic temples in Tamil Nadu managed by the HRCE were in ruins. The report of UNESCO's fact-finding mission indicates that officials of the HRCE department presided over inexperienced conservation efforts that have led to the massacre of ancient temples and looked the other way when there have been gross violations of rules leading to encroachment and destruction of ancient artifacts. Several temples across Tamil Nadu face similar challenges. Despite having ample funds, often from government grants or private donations, these temples continue to languish in a terrible condition. Priests and other temple staff play an essential role in the functioning of temples, yet they often face severe neglect from the HRCE. Salaries are irregular and in many cases meager, leading to poor living conditions for many. Many priests, especially in smaller temples, earn as little as Rs 500 to Rs 1,000 a month, despite the temples receiving ample donations. Back in 2018, a petition in the Madras High Court revealed that a priest in the Vilvanathar temple in Pattamade was paid a salary of Rs 19 per month, while at the historical and ancient Kailasanathar temple in Brahmadesam, the priest was paid a salary of Rs 215. Priests in rural temples under HRCE control have been left struggling financially with no proper pension schemes or health benefits. Some have had to take on second jobs to feed their families. Even when the priests rely on donations from devotees just to make ends meet, the Tamil Nadu government doesn't allow it. For instance, in April 2024, priests of a Tamil Nadu temple who took home donations from devotees were arrested. Given the vital role priests play in maintaining temple traditions and rituals, it is alarming that their welfare is largely ignored. The HRCE's neglect of temple priests further demonstrates a lack of concern for the proper functioning of temples. Another criticism of the HRCE is its interference into the temple's religious practices, which has created resentment among priests and devotees alike. Temples are meant to function based on age-old traditions, yet bureaucratic interference has led to disruptions in how rituals are performed. In Srirangam's Ranganatha Swami temple, complaints have been raised that HRCE officials often interfere with the way daily pujas are conducted. Such overreach and interference disrupts the sanctity of the temple. Moreover, there have been instances where the HRCE has appointed priests who are not from the Agama traditions that the temple has been following for centuries. Even the Madras High Court has ruled against this. This imposition under the garb of social justice creates a disconnect between the temple and its devotees as the sacred traditions that define the temple are eroded. The DMK government has even admitted that it is plotting to bring the Chidambaram Natarajar temple under its control. Given how DMK leader and Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister Udayanidhi Stalin had once called for the eradication of Sanatana Dharma and equated the religion to mosquitoes, dengue, malaria and corona, the pathetic condition of temples under his government's control is no surprise. The mismanagement of temples by Tamil Nadu's DMK government and the HRCE department is a grave issue that affects not only the religious but also the cultural and historical fabric of the state. Temples are integral to Tamil Nadu's identity, and yet they have become victims of government control and corruption. But Tamil Nadu is not alone when it comes to mismanagement of temples. The neighboring state of Karnataka, ruled by the Congress, is not far behind. In 2023, a nail was drilled into a pillar of an historic temple at Hampi during a visit by CM Siddaramaiah. Karnataka's Congress government had even introduced a bill in 2024 revising how much Hindu temples should be taxed by the state government. Despite the revenue from the temples, the Tamil Nadu and Karnataka state governments have repeatedly failed to fulfill their duties in maintaining the temples. The solution lies in pushing for more transparency, accountability, and autonomy in temple administration in these states. It's time to rethink the HRCE's role in managing temples in the two states and instead explore alternative models that prioritize the welfare of the temples, their priests, and the millions of devotees who cherish these sacred spaces.